if Cosby goes on tour, I probably won't go to a show, but I will 100% watch his next special.
You think they'd put out a special if Cosby went on tour?
I don't know. If he could produce it himself, he could put it on YouTube.
Oh man, yeah, I would definitely, because I grew up watching Cosby stand up.
I see. I've never seen a stand up. I watched like Kids Say the Darndest Thing in the Cosby Show.
Oh, I watched. So I like remember growing up and like when I was a kid, like I remember watching like the Cosby Show, freaking a bunch of like classic stand up.
Yeah.
Just because it would be like on, and I liked it, and then I also watched the Cosby Show.
And it's so weird that he was like famously the clean comedian.
And then now he's famously the worst person.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious what his comedy would be.
Like, would it be about prison?
Probably, because
like
that's what he
takes on it.
That's what he knows, and like it might be still funny.
I bet it would be incredible.
I mean, a lot of people that are redemption stories. John Mulaney's latest special is about his coke addict addiction, and that's his whole special. You know,
I don't think you get a redemption story to this one.
No, that's not what I'm saying exactly. But I did say redemption. Yeah, but it's basically about the experience. Louis, his newest thing.
It was about it.
It's about what he went through.
Mulaney's was about it. Yeah, that's fair.
So like, obviously, a lot more fucked up.
I bet it wouldn't be about that. It would be about prison.
Yeah, it'd be about prison. And he's like, the chocolate pudding. He can't do a Cosby impression. But like, then he used to say a bunch of like pudding shit.
He was the spokesperson for Jell-O.
Which like,
yeah, God, I don't know if I can do an impression.
Do an impression. Better than me, probably.
Also, just like, what is it? Like, Rudy. Isn't that how he talks? A big bowl of Jell-O. I think that's closer. I think it was better than yours.
Because he has the voice crack.
Yeah. Big bowl. Just shit like that.
That's so good, dude. You know what else is so good?
Moist Monday.
Moist Monday, but people don't talk about it. People probably should. Hopefully you guys are having a great freaking Moist Monday. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to be with you. Happy to be with all the listeners. We just thank you for being here.
Yeah. We just got back from a big vacation. We'll talk about it on this episode.
Yeah. We've been talking about it since before we recorded, being like, what a great weekend.
Yeah.
And it was a Tuesday night.
Yep.
It's a Tuesday, but we keep saying, what a great weekend.
So why don't you listen to it on this Moist Monday?
Yep. Here we go. Let's play some ukulele and saxophone. I also love jokes in general, and hopefully you think this podcast is
you're going to keep that part in? Okay.
Hopefully you think this is funny because it's funny to us.
If not, I don't know why you're like, I'm not saying that this is the funniest show, but if you're not getting any enjoyment, this is a lot of not enjoyment.
At least we might not say it's funny, but at least is it entertaining? You know, because there's, you know what I mean? Like,
I would maybe even reverse that. Like, yeah, there's some jokes, but like, is this entertainment? I don't know.
I think entertainment is the bottom barrel, and then it becomes funny.
Base.
Where it's like, it was enjoyable, like, but it was fine.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was like, oh, it was great, it was funny.
Yeah, but you know what was more than enjoyable and fine?
Tenacious D.
Yep.
Let's just fucking talk about it.
We just got back from a big trip.
Yeah, so
to
like,
Kansas City.
This is another episode where it's like, oh, we actually have shit to talk about. We
It'll
actually
be
have
one topic central.
Which is wild. A lot of stories, and what's kind of cool is this. We didn't do this on purpose. It kind of just happened. We'll get to it when we get to it in the story. But this episode kind of does relate to the prior episode, Dare to Be Wild.
Yep.
It kind of does, just accidentally, accident.
They link, and we filmed that episode the day before the trip happened.
We left. So it's like, I don't know what happened. So let's jump into the Kansas City trip.
Synchronicity.
So we literally, synchronicity.
Yeah.
Nice. I like how you did your hands like that.
I synchronized them. Instantly. Synchronicity.
Is that how you do it? Every time you close your hands, you call it synchronicity.
That's just what it is.
Is that the name of this episode?
Maybe.
Synchronicity.
We'll see what else we say.
Let's jump into it. So last week, Tuesday, we were going to see Kansas we were gonna see Tenacious D in Kansas City.
Yep.
And
We've been planning this trip since December.
yeah, I got you this gift for Christmas, which is fucking wild because that feels like forever ago. Because I was like, May is gonna be such a crazy month, and now we're in May, and we're like, what a crazy month! Like, shit's happening. So we got together like probably noon. We got together probably around noonish, probably.
That sounds right.
And then we went and got some coffee, got some lunch, and then hit the road. It's about Kansas City from
3 hours.
About 3 hours, which isn't terrible.
No, it was a good drive. It's one road.
It's just one straight
don't
highway.
Really have to pay.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be worried about turns or anything.
Yeah, especially on the drive back. Once you get on the highway,
shot.
What's wild is I've lived in Des Moines my entire life, and Kansas City is like super close. It's like one of the closest big cities to us. I've barely been to Kansas City.
Like 2 or 3 times maybe, and that was just for I've never like done Kansas City. I don't think.
Yeah, I've never really done Kansas City either, but like I've been to Minneapolis a ton,
right?
Chicago a ton. Like so many other towns. I haven't really been to St. Louis either. But that's
like
I think
once.
that's like 6 hours away. It's a lot further. But like Kansas City is like so many big. It's a huge town, you know. Fucking
one of the major cities of the Midwest.
Yeah, you know they have a football team.
They did the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did it, and they won it. They came and they conquered.
I think so.
I think so.
I'd watch.
It is wild that their quarterback looks like a child. You know what I'm talking about?
That's Mahomes, right?
Yeah, Mahomes. He looks so young, but
Yeah.
I think he's 24.
So younger than us.
Yeah, and he's a Super Bowl champ, I think twice.
Well, we have a podcast.
Hey, guess what? Mahomes, you're welcome.
Feel free to join us. Tell us about what.
We like to party, dude, so you can party with us.
Yeah.
So,
Party in your city. So let's talk about it.
Yeah,
We arrive in Kansas City.
We used to be so wild if Mahomes was here, and he just like tells us what it's like to win a Super Bowl, and we just go, "How do we compare that to our lives?"
Yeah.
Just go.
Dumb story.
Yeah. It'd be wild. Okay, so we get in Kansas City around 5 p.m. On Tuesday, and what was wild is we were watching the weather because like the weather even the days prior was saying that it was gonna like storm and rain
All day, yeah.
And the venue that Tenacious D was playing at was outdoors. And
Starlight Theater.
Starlight Theater, which is incredible. We'd been there before for 21 Pilots.
Highly recommend.
A really cool fucking venue. Really cool.
One
theater.
of my favorites I've been to. Yeah.
Right next to the zoo.
Yeah.
It's in a weird area where nothing near is it.
Yeah.
Nothing near is by. But we were watching the weather, but the show doors didn't open till 7. So we're like, we got some time to kill. Let's go to a fucking record shop.
We went to Seventh Heaven,
Seventh Heaven,
the Underground Vinyl.
Yeah,
I think
Vinyl Underground.
Vinyl Underground. Yeah,
Vinyl Underground, which we had been to before.
years prior.
Prior.
and I had found like records I'd been hunting for there, so it seemed like a very like lucky spot.
It's a big record store. It also seems like it's also like a pipe shop.
Yeah.
They had like a
Yeah, they
separate
had a head shop next
Yeah, they had like
door.
a head shop like built
Attached, yeah.
into it. A lot of records there. I think I got 6 at that place.
Yeah,
And
I got a bunch,
I got
yeah.
a lot of records. It was a little bit different than the last time I went. I remember
Mm-hmm.
it just felt different, and I think the basement like
flooded or something.
The
They
basement,
were
yeah.
they were redoing it for some reason. Yeah.
But it was still cool, like just walking around, and like the people that were working there were so fucking cool. We talked to them, like they knew about Des Moines, and they knew about Vaudeville Muse, which
Yep.
is so cool. Like
which
it's
was
just
the first venue I played at.
it's
You
like a
played
super
there.
small venue that I grew
Recently
up
closed,
going to.
and
yeah.
we told them like about how it recently closed down. That really affected our community.
And they were
shit.
like, "Yeah, that sucks."
Yeah.
And it was just so fucking cool. And then what was wild is, after we got like our records, I freaking met somebody in the parking lot. There was a fan of my other project, Gaming Off the Grid, who lives in the area, and he freaking hooked me up with beer.
Yeah, free
Isn't
beers.
Isn't that wild? Free beer.
yeah.
I still can't.
He was so happy to give you just beer, which
it's
is
just
wild.
I mean, it's so cool that like I can connect to these people, but it's also still so wild to me that people are just like want to do that. Like, I can't wrap my head around that fact of like
'Cause I don't have a
I want to go out of my way to meet you at this place to give you something.
I don't have a person like that where I would be like, "Oh, you're in town. Let me
and this
find
is a
where
guy.
you're
And
at."
this is a guy I've never met before.
And he talked to us for like 5 minutes, and then he took off.
Yeah, and it was freaking cool. I was like, dude, hell yeah, that's freaking badass. Got beer. And
Got to make him a moist mutual.
I've drank a few of them. Pretty good. Pretty good beer.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then then we were going back to the hotel. We were like, let's get our phones charged. Let's get ready to go. We were still watching the weather because at this point it had started to rain.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck, what are we going to do? It's an outdoor venue.
And it was like
And it was
not light. Like it wasn't sprinkling. It was
it
full
was
on
like
rain.
full on rain and like
Some thunder. Yeah. Lightning.
we were like, man, even Starlight Theater was putting out like they pushed the show back.
Yeah.
And like they were like, we'll keep you updated every hour.
As of now, it's going to happen.
But they even delayed doors by like 30, 40
think
minutes.
so, yeah.
Which means like the opener band and then Tenacious. So it's like
Something, yeah.
it was wild. So then on our way back to the hotel to charge our phones and get ready, we were like, let's get some booze.
Yeah. So we swung by just a gas station, and we also picked up dinner there.
Yeah, we got
that's part of it.
We
didn't eat dinner. I had like 2 beef sticks.
Yeah, I had just a small gas station taco.
Yeah.
I've had before, pretty good, but that's not food.
Dinner, so we did that and a bottle of Jim Beam and a case of beer.
And a case of beer, and we went back to the hotel room. We opened up our record, started playing music. I remember we took our first 2 shots of Jim Beam. We were both like, oh,
because you just poured them in a cup.
Yeah, and
we didn't so we couldn't do shots because you poured them too big for a shot.
But I remember like the first like shot I took.
Probably like 2 fingers of whiskey.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
That's
like
horrible.
It was rough. And then before I knew it, we finished. We drank half the bottle.
Yep. In a couple hours, and we were like, oh shit, we have a show to go to.
But
doors are open.
It was cool during that time is we had some pretty good conversation.
Yeah.
I just think that was cool.
Yeah. That's why I was very excited to go on a trip with you where we actually talk about shit.
Yeah, it was just fun to just be able to be like, because we talk to each other all the time.
Yeah, it's recorded too.
Well, but it's just so wild that like, even though we talk to each other all the time, there's always stuff to talk about.
It's kind of
weird. You know
weird.
what I mean? There's always something.
And not only just talk about, but like open up about.
Yeah, there's always like something to be like, oh, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It's just like raw emotion, and like it's just kind of cool to just be like, because with other people, I'm just like, I probably shouldn't talk about that.
Right. Yeah,
but now I'm like, hey, can I get like really serious right now?
Right, yeah.
But then like...
And also still fun. Like we can
also
go back
still
into
fun
fucking
and
around.
joking, but also really serious. And then in the background, we're listening to fucking, what's that?
Death Grips?
Death Grips.
Yeah.
Like,
I got a Death Grips vinyl that I'm very excited about.
It's just like weird like party music. And
if you know Death Grips, you know.
They have like if you know of Diane Word,
yeah,
they have a very similar vibe to them, where it's just
not even like same kind of music. It just gives off the same energy.
It's just like dirty fucking aggression,
which
like,
I need their vinyls too.
That'd be wild to have because I love them. But it's just so weird to be like, can I tell you about this most fucked up thing? And then
after 3 hours of driving up, hunting for vinyls, and then
we're just getting drunk, fucking standing in the hotel
and
room.
like new info to each other too, which is weird.
And then like self exploration. It's just cool to have like a person to do that with. Yeah, it's just cool. So then we were like, oh fuck, we got to go to Tenacious D. We were just getting drunk in the hotel room.
I think by the time we got up, like the first band would be on in like 20 minutes. Like it was like really coming up.
So when we got to the venue, we ordered an Uber. We were smart. We ordered an Uber, and by the time we got there, I think the last band was playing, and then by the time we sat down, they had.
I never even saw them, or their set or anything.
I think I saw them say thank you,
yeah,
and that was it because
you got there before me, yeah, because we split up and each got beer.
Yeah, because we got in a beer line, and what's crazy is like the weather was like really gloomy. Like I wore like a sweatshirt.
The ground was wet, but nothing was raining.
But then nothing
for the entire show.
The weather was absolutely perfect,
and it rained that night.
It was lightly chill out, so it was like comfortable. Like I got like sweaty by dancing. I took my sweatshirt off.
Oh,
like
okay.
it was like really comfortable. It was such a cool fucking thing. But so we get there, and I knew I got us close tickets.
Yeah,
but I didn't realize
how Lord, 20 feet.
I didn't realize how fucking perfect of tickets I got for Tenacious
I could have thrown anything and hit Jack Black.
So we were in the orchestra pit at Starlight Theater, in the dead center,
row H.
So H. So we were row 8th of the dead center. Like literally, Kyle Gass was on my left, Jack Black was on my right, and we were dead center right at the drummer.
Like it was like if we were sitting in our spots right now, they would be in my house.
Yeah,
or like they would be right there.
It'd be right at the window. Like it's just like so fucking. As soon as I because I was like trying to figure out where we were.
It was very much like, oh no shit.
Well, I had to get we had to get like wristbands to even get into the center area.
Even like the very, very we passed like normal seating and then got into our area.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then when I got to the chair, because I got there before you, I was like, is this really? Is this really where we're at? Because I was just looking I was like, holy shit. At this point, though, everyone was sitting down, because like the first band, people are just chilling because it was seated.
Which it's so nice to have designating spots.
It is nice because then we were like, we don't have to get there early because we have seats.
Also, we won't be compressed. Nothing.
And we can put beer. This is what's cool about that theater.
Mm-hmm.
Arena. I don't even know what it is. It's Starlight Theater, I guess. It's a theater. Fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. So I got some drinks, you got some drinks, so you finally met up, and then we started talking to the two guys behind us.
Yeah, because they were friendly. I don't know who started the conversation.
I don't even know.
two guys a little older than us. Yeah, I don't know how it started.
I think I do remember how it
really?
started. So we were like giggling, and because we were like, oh my god, we're at Tenacious D.
Also pretty drunk at this point.
And then I could hear them talking. So we both kept like turning around and looking at him.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Do you want to be a part of this conversation?"
No, he did say that. You're
said that.
right.
He said that, and we were like, "Sure,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely." So then we became a part of their conversation. We talked about Des Moines again, and I was like, within the 2 hours, whoa, I just lost. Well, that was weird.
Yeah.
Within 2 hours of being in Kansas City, we've talked to two people in Kansas City about Des Moines.
I mean, we were the closest city to them too, because like, yeah, the vinyl shop people, they knew about it pretty well, and
Yeah.
then these guys knew about it really well.
Yeah,
too.
so he was just talking about like, oh yeah, I used to live off this street, and I was like, damn, I live really close to where
Oh,
you used to
right,
live.
yeah.
Like, he lived off
Yeah,
Ingersoll.
we knew about the same shit because he was asking me like, "Hey, is this bar still there?" And we'd like been to it recently.
Yeah, it was
and
like
stuff
I was like,
that.
fuck yeah, dude. It was just a really cool vibe. And then all of a sudden, he was like, "Do you guys want shrooms?"
And he just opens a little baggie.
He was like, "Do you want mushrooms?"
And it
we
was
were
like-
absolutely.
So like the baggie, it wasn't full, but you could tell that it used to be.
you could tell that it used to be full.
And then the bottom like third was still full. Like it was a very solid
And
layer.
it was mostly just like crumbs
but
and
like, it was still stems and heads.
So
yeah.
he was like, "You want a pinch of shrooms?"
and we were like, yep, and just reached
we
on
both.
it.
So that's what's wild is like we just released our shroom story, and then
Yeah.
here we are.
Immediately free drugs, which
is wild 'cause
Dare
we-
warned us about that. Like, you know, when everyone pushes drugs on you, and in reality, usually that doesn't happen. But some people are just like, "Hey, do you want just the best thing ever?"
What's so weird is it happens to us so often, even though we don't go out looking for drugs.
Never.
We've
No.
just done drugs.
We were happily just gonna be drunk watching that
and
show.
I was just so ready. And then he was like, "Hey, you want some shrooms?" So I took a pinch of shrooms and I ate them, and
Like
I
a
and I was
decent
like,
pinch?
"Yeah, fucking
Me
like
too.
thick pinch." Yeah. And because I was like, "Well, I only get one." I fucking got in there.
Thick
and-
pinch.
Yeah, thick pinch. That's the name of this episode.
Maybe.
Thick pinch.
We'll see.
But I got in there and did it, and like at this point, it's in between bands. You know, they're like setting shit up for the Tenacious D.
And we assumed it'd be a while.
Yeah,
till-
so like we did that, and we were like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
I had 2 big beers. You had your drinks,
And then I was like trying to show you what my drinks were, and I dropped one of them and spilled half of it.
I barely
immediately.
remember that.
I
Yeah.
remember, and you go, "Jesus Christ!" Yeah, it was like fuck. I spilled half. Luckily, we were in an outdoor venue, but then the freaking lights dim.
Yeah,
the
God.
music stops playing.
And then the dumbest poster or banner comes up, and it's Tenacious D written in the dumbest font,
The dumbest like metal looking font
and
you
they
can think of.
know that it's ridiculous.
And it doesn't even like if you didn't know what it said, you would have no idea what it's
Yeah.
because it's just like so, like the T is like curved.
Yeah.
Like it's but I was like, oh my god, here we go. And then fucking
Just walks out.
Kyle Gass walks out, and
Yep.
then Jack Black. They both walk out, and Kyle Gass just looks like a normal dude with a gut.
T-shirt, I think like
Short.
cargo shorts, and he's got his beer belly.
And then Jack Black is walking out with the fucking
Pick a Destiny,
Pick a
like,
Disney outfit. Like it's shorts,
like board shorts and a button up, I think.
but it's all one outfit. Like it's all one like continuous
flames
design.
from like the entire thing, and the big ass Pick of Destiny on it.
And that's
so he
his
just
outfit.
looks ridiculous.
And then with his
Big-
giant bushy beard, and I'm
which
just
is like
like,
such striped with gray.
and I was just
yeah.
like, holy fuck!
That's him.
I don't remember the set list at all.
Well, I know that they instantly just started playing Kickapoo.
Oh, they started off with Kickapoo.
Yep.
And then it went low hanging fruit, I think.
Nope, it went. So it was Kickapoo, went through all the parts. It was perfect, and then it was Rise of the Phoenix was number 2.
Rise of the Phoenix, yes, dude.
And then I
then-
don't really pay.
Well, and then that's probably when the shrooms kicked in.
Yeah, start kicking in. And also, I've finished 1 beer already. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were already drunk going in, and then we took shrooms, and then we were still drinking at the show. So like, we obviously were microdosing.
Yeah.
So like, I never got like hallucinogenic.
No.
But I was so flowy
The
and,
fact that
and
the
happy.
whole that just everything was perfectly happy makes me think that they combined,
It-
and like
dude,
they did kick
it
in.
combined it to perfect, and I literally it felt like the perfect fucking way to experience Tenacious D.
And that's
like,
what all their songs are about too.
like literally I was like, this is the best. I mean, obviously my memory's a little hazy of it,
Right, yeah.
But like in the moment, I was like, this is the fucking incredible. Like because we were so close, we were like just vibing. We were and like every song, we were the only people fucking singing.
Well, no, so people right behind us were really excited, but basically everyone in front of us, like to the side, there were some people jumping around, but nobody was like losing their shit.
No, we were losing our minds. Like we were like fucking
jumping,
screaming the lyrics.
singing,
I was like just dancing. It could have been because I was on shrooms, you know. I was
Maybe.
just fucking vibing. And I was like, this is so fucking incredible.
Let me tell you how good of a time I was having, and you know this.
Oh my god, yes, I forgot about this.
So mind you.
Okay, so I got my 2 beers. Is this what we're going to
Yeah.
do? My 2 beers were cans. And
I
got
bought
like
2 novelty cups.
2 novelty cups of beer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah. So I had finished my first one already. I drank it fast, and I'm just sipping on the second one, making it last. But I'm like, oh, I have to pee. But the thing is, and mind you, I am on a lot of different things right now. I'm like, I can't miss this. Their songs are 2 minutes apiece. If I go, I'm going to miss 2 of my favorite
and also,
songs.
yeah, the theater, it's a weird setup. So the
It's
bathrooms
a
are
long walk.
Yeah, the bathrooms are far away.
So, in my ultimate wisdom, I was like, I'm wearing board shorts and boxer shorts. So, or like, like what are they
Loose
called?
boxers?
No, tight boxers.
Oh, okay.
What are the boxer briefs?
Boxer briefs, yeah.
So
Sexy.
what I did is I took my novelty cup and just quickly slid it up my cargo shorts and into my boxer briefs, and I gave myself a little just cup to rest my dick in. And I was free to pee for so long.
Because it's a big cup.
It's a big cup. And I'm just like,
And it's a novelty cup, so it has on the sides it's holographic. Yeah. Imagine that holographic next to his dick.
Just grazing off my balls. Yep. So I had given myself my own little diaper of my plastic cup, my plastic diaper of novelty. And
Plastic diaper of novelty. I like that. I like the way you said that.
And I never even filled it. Well, because I did do it twice.
No, you did it 2.5, I think.
Well, no, so I left it in for a while. Because I peed and I was like moving around. I'm like, oh, it's not even splashing. I'm set because it is not moving at all.
Oh, so you just left it in there.
No, it is
Okay.
secure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't see what's wild to me is he told me he was going to do
Well,
this.
and you didn't notice it until way later.
I noticed it at the end of the show and I was like, did you just do that? And he goes, yeah, that was like my 3rd time doing it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't notice it at all. And I'm standing next to him, but also I'm fucking vibing.
Yeah.
So like, I could have just been like so obsessed with the visuals and like.
Well, and I assumed everyone would be. There's a lot. And also, all I did was toss a cup up my shorts. No one saw like any like real readjusting or anything.
Yeah, you were just like.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm in.
But also. You had this weird confidence on that night.
That is fair.
Where you were just like, it doesn't matter.
And
these people don't. You kept going. These people don't matter.
Yeah,
no one.
They don't know me.
Like, dude, and that we'll get back to that.
Right.
Because it's.
Yeah. So I do that, and then it's good. It's in there. I'm like, well, I have to go again. Like just because like once you like start like, and also I drink a lot of beer.
Yeah, we
go
drink
again.
a lot.
And like this is throughout like over an hour of the night. At this point, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have to go again, and it's probably too full. And I noticed in the row ahead of us was a grate, and it had been raining, so the floor is all wet.
It's all wet, yeah.
So I just set my beer down, and I just like kick it towards it, and it just goes in.
Oh, I didn't even notice that either.
Uh-huh.
Fuck yeah, you just knocked it over.
And I was like, oh, I dropped my beer. No one noticed. I pick it up. I pick it up where it's like slouched down. It's like, oh, the floor's already wet.
Yeah, nobody.
Perfect crime. No one's gonna know.
Perfect crime.
Oh, and like if you see some just like yellowish liquid, it's like, oh, it's a little frothy. It's fucking beer. Oh shit, someone lost their beer.
Yeah, someone spilled their beer.
None the wiser. None the wiser. And then so I think you noticed this one where I'm just like, I pretend like I'm itching my leg and just I'm in, back in, wet cup.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
I didn't.
I
noticed something.
No, I just like leaned down and then just. Whoop.
Well, I noticed when the girl next to you noticed.
So that was after that. And
that's only when I noticed.
And because I didn't want to like drop it again, so I put it in the cup holder because no one was sitting directly next.
Yeah, he had a seat
two
next-
empty seats.
yeah.
Yeah, so I put it in the cup holder far, and so and then I noticed she notices I set it down, and I also noticed it splashed like on my handle about it. Like,
So
oh, that's
it's
a bummer.
full of pee.
It's like half full of pee.
And you put this, so he reached over 2 seats. It's the cup holder right
Not
next to
two
her.
seats.
No, it's the cup holder to
it's
her
our-
right.
yeah.
It's the shared
We
cup holder
were-
to her right, but you reached over an empty seat to put it in
And
her.
she has her own cup holder over there.
Yeah, but she was like, why are you reaching over here and putting this cup in?
So-
and it's half of, I didn't realize it was half full of pee.
So then now my mindset is she has two options to think right now. Whether I piss in that cup or I snuck in a flask So what do? I take it, I pretend to drink. Unfortunately, a little splashes on my nose. I tipped it too aggressively for the show.
So you got pee on your face?
It's okay. I wipe it on my wet shirt.
I did not know.
No one needs to know.
I did not
and
know
I
you
set
got
it
pee on
back down, and I'm like, and then it splashes again on my hand. I'm like, I hope she's noticing this fanfare. I'm doing all this for her. I have piss on me now.
Well, and also, yeah, if you're spilling piss on her, she goes, "That's not piss."
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
in her
He
mind,
wouldn't do this. Yeah.
See, I had no idea this was happening because at this point, I'm probably going the metal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably like singing like some bullshit Tenacious D song.
So at this point, because we can talk more about the show,
Yeah,
we
we'll
can
talk-
backtrack
yeah,
after
but-
this.
yeah.
But at this point, we're like nearing the end, and I can tell that it's been a while. So I quickly finish my beer, put it back, and then take that cup and put it in my cup.
Because initially at the beginning, you had 2 of these novelty cups, and you were like,
Both are beer.
both are beer, and you were like, oh, you can have one of these at the end of the show because your plan was like,
Yeah.
keep both of them.
Yeah.
You can have one of them from Starlight.
Yeah.
So my freaking plan of the night was to be like, oh, I get to go home with a novelty cup.
How fun.
It's so fun. So fun.
50-50 chance I pissed in it.
Well, we didn't take home any cups.
No, so now I have both cups, and now I'm just leaving it there. I tricked her, and also it's not even near her anymore. And so now it's directly in front of me. End of the night, I kick it over again. Don't remember after that if I picked it up or if I just left it. I guess I'm left it.
No, I think at one point
Or I left it in a cup holder. I'm a dickhead. And
No.
somebody...
you I think one of them you grabbed and like you were gonna dump it out, and then
Yeah.
you like slipped out of your fingers and rolled.
Oh, so probably the two together.
Yeah, so then you had one left and you were like, fuck. And then
I do
and
remember that.
And then as we were leaving, you stumbled and dropped the cup and it
And I was just,
rolled.
and I was just like, it's gone. Oh, right, because it's an amphitheater.
so it rolled.
It's just gone.
It just rolled under seats, and we were like, fuck.
And
we
also,
were
I'm like, I'm
moving
not
out.
even sure if that had piss in it. Like, it might as well be gone.
Yeah, at that point. So, but I was just like, holy shit, dude. I don't know how you.
No,
like,
it was masterful.
you told me you were going to do it, but I didn't even notice till you were spilling it on yourself.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that. I just noticed something was happening. I didn't know what it was.
Right.
I was like, oh, he's dumping out piss, but no, you're spilling it on yourself. Like I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
and pretending to drink piss. Yeah.
But let's talk about the freaking show.
It was incredible.
Oh my God. So going into it, I was like 90% sure that Jack Black was going to play Peaches.
Right.
Like I was so like,
Because why? It's in the top 100
it's
right
like
now.
such a big song. Imari movie
and
came out.
it's him. It's not him in another band. So I
It's
was
just Jack
like,
Black.
you think Tenacious D would do that still?
No, but
They didn't?
they didn't because I think Jack Black,
was like, that's not our song.
it's not Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Jack Black is all in this scenario. He's just Tenacious D.
He's JD,
not he's
yeah.
not an actor. He's not whatever. It's just Tenacious D.
Mm-hmm.
So their show and their performance, and I think this is what they normally do, is
Yeah.
everything kind of builds up and it's like kind of goes into each other.
Yeah.
You know, so there's
It's a little
no-
bit of a story.
I mean, they don't play like if they were to play for 3 hours, you know, maybe they would have played Peaches, but they
Maybe.
only played for like an hour and a half. Like,
And it was definitely they designed it.
yeah, it was like this is the set.
We're
And
not
they
going to
played-
just add something.
And I
for
don't think they
fun.
played any songs of Apocalypto.
No.
Which was
they didn't.
good because I didn't. They did play a new song that at the time of seeing them hadn't been released yet, but it's been released now.
The day after.
Video games.
Great song.
Yeah,
It was fun live. I do remember that one
It was
live.
very fun live because I was like, whoa, I like video games.
Because they hadn't done music in years.
Yeah, and you know, Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Fucking wild. But their show was kind of cool. They had like this ongoing gag during the show with like their pyrotechnic operator.
Right. I forgot about that.
So like
And they kept calling him out. Yeah.
yeah, they had this guy that had like a panel in front of him that would do the pyro, but the pyro wouldn't go off when it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So like they'd play like a slow song and then there'd just be random fire
Just
and
fire
they go
shooting
and
up.
they go, God damn it. Like so then they would call him out and like kind of talk to him.
And he'd be always just wearing the
yeah, and he's just like
weird.
He's just like, I don't know, I'm new. Like
Yeah.
like it was like a good like
and any button he pressed would just be a random flame would
yeah.
shoot up.
Is cool. And then I remember at one point Jack Black like pulls Kyle aside and starts yelling at him off mic.
Yeah, they're just you just see him bickering.
But he's like yelling at him, and then that's when they played "Dude, I Totally Miss You."
yeah, well, because Kyle quit. And they didn't play Kyle
Yeah,
quit the band.
I totally thought at that point because Kyle storms off. I totally thought he was gonna play last week. Kyle quit the band.
yeah, but now
But then it went into "Dude, I Totally Miss You," and then Kyle came out at the
and
end
then
of
they
it.
didn't do that song either after that. That last week Kyle quit the band.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, which is weird.
Which
You
they
think-
didn't because that was part of the gig.
Dude, I totally miss you all the time.
And then they Jack Black pulled Kyle aside again later on, but he was like, grab your microphone.
Yeah, but bring your microphone.
Yeah, I was like, this is a funny thing because he was like, let's come over here, but bring your microphone.
And then
so
they
they
do
could
a
hear him
little
talking.
bit, and it goes into
Into
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub because the guitar player is haunted
Probably
by
my
the-
favorite song they did. Maybe I don't
the
fucking
metal, dude. I don't know.
Really, the metal is your favorite?
I just, dude, it was just every song they played. It was so surreal to see live. Like I was like, holy fuck, I know, like low hanging fruit.
Yeah, that was
like it's just like, oh my god, I'm hearing this live by the people who wrote it and people who made it that are real. And then I'm just singing and vibing in the audience, going, "Holy shit!"
And also, we were just so close. But the weird thing about seeing Tenacious D is also, it's like, oh shit, that's Jack Black.
I know.
That's such a weird.
But also the way he like dresses in Tenacious D is just like he just looks like a dude.
It's a character.
Like,
yeah,
it's
the whole thing.
It's so. It was such a good fucking show. Like so surreal. I was just screaming, sweating, freaking vibing, so happy. Probably on mushrooms.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, because
it was great.
they covered Good Times, Bad Times.
Oh yeah, which is awesome because I had picked up that vinyl.
because that's Led Zeppelin, right?
Yeah.
And they did War Pigs
They did War Pigs. Yeah.
and maybe something else.
I think they might have done another cover, but I can't
Yeah.
remember. I forgot they did covers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they. What song? So they did an encore. What song did they start the encore with? Wasn't it something weird? Was it a cover? Was it War Pigs for their encore?
Maybe.
Yeah, I remember like they coming
he was
back.
doing it a cappella at first.
Yeah, which was because he said he did like the yeah, and then the crowd went boom boom.
Yeah.
It was fucking bad. And dude, Jack Black's vocal range is
Incredible.
absolutely
his
insane.
energy level, because not
Dude.
only is he's like just like an actor like full time, but also he's like older now and just he can fucking just do everything.
Yeah, but also what's wild is like, you know, he's got a freaking gut, but then also
those
his
high
energy,
kicks.
the energy he has, and then man,
He's in his 50s.
His vocal range is just like so that he can just like do that fucking high note, and it's just like holy shit. Just it was, and then they fucking ended with the fire. I got some pretty good photos of it.
Yeah, we'll
see-
post them throughout.
Yeah, we'll dude. It's just like it was so fucking like the best way to see Tenacious D. I think
Yeah.
like it was so good.
And also it was outside and nice, and we were high.
It was
like,
it was
perfect.
such a dude. It was like because like it almost like I was worried the show was gonna be canceled.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, I want to be kind of drunk for this. And then we got alcohol, and then it ended up being the most perfect night, weather wise, fucking everything
perfect
wise.
storm of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the perfect storm.
What?
I was trying to do like a Tenacious D, but it's also a reference to the show Love on Netflix,
Okay.
which you haven't seen. So if you would have seen it, you would have got it.
Yeah, maybe.
But in the show Love, the main character is in a band
Yeah.
where they write theme songs for movies that don't have them.
Okay.
So one of the theme songs they write is for Perfect Storm.
Okay.
And that's like the chorus is perfect. I can't sing. It's hard to explain if you know, you know, okay?
Yeah.
Also highly recommend Love on Netflix. It's incredible.
There you go.
I love the main Paul Rust
Yeah.
and Jillian Jacobs.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible cast. I think it's a who's the guy that did Freaks and Geeks?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's one of his
I
productions.
can't remember his name either.
Why can't I never remember things when we're talking on the headset?
Yep. Any other time we do. Anyways, what I do remember is after the concert.
Yes,
now.
after the concert. We're leaving.
So we don't get merch just because the lines are crazy.
I honestly, I'm on mushrooms. So I didn't even think about I didn't even think about merch, even though going into the show I was like, I want to look at the merch. I didn't even see the merch.
No, instead we got out of the area and then we kind of walked around for a little bit.
Oh, I remember we had to take a piss because I knew I had to take a piss before
Right.
I had to take a piss before Tenacious D started. But I wasn't going to do what you did, and I wasn't going to leave the show.
That's fair, 'cause
So
you
I
have cans.
So I fucking held it the entire time.
I would not have been able to. I peed 3 times
I know.
in like an hour.
So we had waited in line to take a piss, and then I
do remember
remember
that.
you were just very talkative to everybody.
I'm sure.
Jacob was so talkative and confident, and just like
I'm everybody's friend.
I want to just talk to everybody, and he
Even
kept,
at the urinal,
and I kept,
struck up a
and I
conversation.
kept going, "What are you doing?" He goes, "These people don't matter." Like that's what you kept saying. You kept going, "These people don't matter," and I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "They don't exist." Like it's like.
When you leave the town, they don't.
Yeah, it's like
We're just a funny story to a lot of people.
But
now.
I was like, because I have like anxiety and stuff. But but I was like, what are you saying? And it does make sense, and it's a great thing. You were feeling great.
well, because remember also earlier that day, someone called us Jake and Rob, and we're like, Casey, Jake, and Rob, you got it. So we were like them. It's like
Oh.
Chicago. Do you not remember the guy at the record store?
Jake and Rob.
He shortened both of our names because nobody calls me Jake.
Yeah, but you were like, let's go.
Yeah, Jake and Rob,
Or Casey,
Jake and Rob.
Casey, Jake, and Rob. Why is I'm Rob everywhere else?
I know.
Chicago Rob.
I mean, it could be Bob.
No.
Bobby?
I don't want to be.
KC Bobby? Bobby KC?
What about Robbie?
Robbie KC?
Isn't it weird that some people named Robert go by Robbie?
Some people go by Bo.
Burnham. Mm-hmm. Isn't it weird his name is Robert?
I think so.
Yeah, because he has a song that Robert, it's been a little depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's about him. Okay, so after the show ended, we're leaving, and we don't know what we're doing. But
Because also we Ubered there. So really, when we're leaving, we just kind of walk away from the area.
well, because we were like, well, Ubers are going to be more expensive where everyone is, so let's leave the area.
Yeah, because we go up. There's like kind of a park trail. So we kind of walk that towards a different
well,
parking lot.
I remember there was a big lane crossage thing that we had to do, and I was like, let's go this way.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to journey, but you started talking to the guy next to you.
Oh, sure.
And you were just talking to him a ton, and I was like, no, we're going this way. And you were like, just like talking to him a ton, and I was like, no, let's go this way.
Was he nice?
I think so, but he was also just like, why is this guy talking to me?
Oh, sure. I don't remember him at all. I remember the next people.
Yeah, so then we finally crossed the street
He wasn't
I was
real.
like ready to go on a journey. I was ready to walk, and I was like, dude, because I was just on such a fucking high from a lot of things.
Because during this part, you more so have to tell me what I did because you
I was
informed me about
definitely
the next part,
I was definitely in charge.
which is interesting because not usually.
I was just like,
I guess we switch off pretty evenly.
yeah, I was just like, let's go this way, because like I didn't know, I had no idea where the fuck we were,
Yeah.
but I was like, this looks cool. It looks like wooded.
There's
like
some park
forest.
benches,
park.
yeah.
I was like, and there's also less people, so I was like, let's go over there.
because there was 2 people over there. I think.
Yeah, so then we walked toward this like park bench area, and there's 2 people sitting on a bench, and I'm like walking past them, and you go up straight to them, and like there's like a pillar, and you like circle around the pillar as you're like, hey, what are you guys up to? And, like as you're swirling around the pillar, just like, and at first.
So I was like singing in the rain, spinning on a
yeah,
pole.
yeah, as you're like introducing yourself, basically, but not even. So at first they're like, "Who the fuck is this drunk idiot?"
And then they like me.
And then they liked you because you were like, "Hey, we're new in town. We're on shrooms." Like, I'm pretty sure you said that.
sure.
I'm pretty sure you said that to like the guy that we talked to before when we crossed
Probably.
the street. And then
You're like, I didn't meet a cop that night.
we're on drugs. But then you were talking to them, and you were like, "Hey, we're trying to figure out what we're doing next on a Tuesday night. Where should we go?"
Yeah. And they were
Do you
like,
remember this part?
Yeah, because they were like, do you mind gay people? I'm like, absolutely not.
And then that's when I showed my fingernails, and I was like, "I'm good with gay people."
Yep.
Like I was like trying to insinuate like maybe
Right.
I'm.
Yeah, we're cool.
but
As just some false cred.
but then we found out that like one of the girls on the table was like a drag performer.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, which is cool.
Missy B's?
Missy B's, is that? Yeah, that's what it was.
Missy B's was the place to be. That's
Missy
what we kept
B's
saying.
is the place to be. Except we couldn't remember what it was when we tried to order in the Uber.
So I like typed in like a few different like
because
general.
I don't remember what we thought it was. But we thought it was something for the longest time when we were like, nothing's showing up. And we were
Yeah.
like, what is this place?
So I did like add keywords like gay bar, drag bar, like that kind of
and
stuff.
then we finally, we're like, Missy B's, that's what it
Yeah.
is. So we walk down the hill, past all these other people. We order the Uber, it's taking a while, and then we meet new people.
Oh, this is, wait, I thought this was when I was with the sign.
Oh yeah, this is before we went. Yeah, so Jacob had a
You
intimate.
told me about this.
Jacob had you sent me a Snapchat.
I know. I sent everybody a Snapchat.
And you don't remember this?
Nope.
Yeah, so
I remember sending the Snapchat.
Jacob's just wandering, and I literally thought you were gonna walk in the street. It's like literally a highway.
But I didn't.
He didn't, but I thought he was. That's why I was like. That's why I had to be in charge because he was just a loose cannon. You were having a great time,
and I was doing good things because
you were fucked up, but also I was fucked up too. But I was like, someone's got to be in charge. But like you just walked, and then you were going full speed into the street, and then right before you walked in the street, you grabbed a sign and just swirled around it. And I was like, all right, he just was wanting to dance. I
my
guess
thing.
he just swirled around it, and then
we later found out I did just want to dance.
but he didn't. You sent me a bunch of Snapchats. I didn't open it for the next day because I was like, I want to like save it.
Yeah.
So I found out you sent a Snapchat to a bunch of people, I guess, of this. It's a photo of your face. You can tell you're really fucked up in your face because you have this grin on your face, and it's just you and this crossing sign, and you go, "That's me."
No, there's an arrow pointing directly at where my head
and
is.
the caption just says, "That's me." And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And he goes, "What? It's me." So when you were tripping on shrooms, you're like, you like pull out your phone, and you're like, "Whoa, that's me!" like,
I think that I would like to think that's what happens. I took out my phone and opened the camera, and then I just see an arrow pointing at
and
me.
you're
I'm like,
"Whoa, that's me!" Oh, it's awesome. And then we made friends with an older couple that was waiting. Yeah, they was waiting for.
They
Uber.
were so nice. I do remember them.
They seemed, dude.
They were in their like 40s and like, well, we got to go home and go to bed. And we're like, we'll see what we do.
Well, at first, they seemed like they wouldn't be fans of us.
Sure.
And then, but then it's weird
then they
how
loved
people
me.
are nice. I think like people just like once you start talking to them, they're like, and then we talked to them a long time. I don't remember anything
We
about.
were waiting for because they were also waiting for an Uber.
Yeah,
because I think theirs came first,
Yeah.
or at least one of
Well,
theirs.
he
did.
tried hitchhiking. Do you remember that?
Vaguely. And
Yes.
we were like, I don't think that's a thing anymore, dude.
No, so like he did. The dude was holding out his thumb, and a truck slowed down and was slowing down, and he was chasing after it, but no one else was going with him. So then the truck eventually
I
pulled
do
away.
remember that.
And then I was like, dude, you should have told. Like I would have jumped in with you.
Gee, that would have terrified me.
No, because they would have been fun. Because I was just in adventure mode, and I was like, dude, if you would have told me, I would have just.
Granted, at the time, I probably would
Yeah,
have been
you would have been
excited,
like, let's-
but like doing that now, I would have been in panic.
No, but like, jump in the back of a truck where you're just sitting with the wind blowing in your hair.
Oh, sure.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just where are we going? I don't know. Jump
Misty
out
Bee's
whenever
the
you're
place
ready.
to be.
Yeah, Misty Bees. But I think we were going the other way.
Probably, yeah.
So we went to Misty Bees, which is a gay bar.
Yeah. Which I think we knew at the time, because I think the person was like
No,
introduced.
yeah,
like,
it was a
it'd be
gay
a
bar.
fun-
But I didn't know what area it was. It was a kind of a long Uber drive to get there.
but
so-
like not far from our hotel either. We were
it
like
was
10
pretty
minutes
close.
probably.
Yeah, pretty close. Pretty cool bar. I like the way it was set up.
It was like there was like ground floor and then like it divoted down, which was fun for like, and then they were
there was
doing
like
karaoke.
There's like a divot down for the stage
so
area.
like a little amphitheater again, but with the bar being on the top floor. It was a fun idea. I
It was
really
a cool.
liked
It was a cool freaking place. It looked like it could hold a lot of people.
and there
Because there
were
was like two separate areas. There was like the karaoke area and then like the bar area.
but there were not a lot of people there.
No, when we
Probably
walked
like
in-
3 or 4
When
others.
we walked in, no one was there,
yeah.
and it was insane.
One person singing, and I think they were singing songs over and over. So we ordered our drinks, sat down at a spot.
Yeah, and at first we were like, man, should we just go to Up Down?
Yeah,
or like,
right, 'cause that was the
Up
other
Down
option.
was in Kansas City, and we even ordered an Uber for the Up Down.
Right, and then the guy
But it was a long wait.
and the guy next to us started talking to us.
Well, then the Canada people walked in.
Well, because the guy next to us was there when we first came in. We started making friends with him.
Oh, he
And-
wasn't part of the Canada?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I think he like was a regular there.
Oh, okay.
So because there's the one guy who we do have photos with. We'll point him out now. Yeah, because he
You have to
was
send me
sitting
those
next
photos.
to us, and then we made friends with him. I think and then when a crowd walked in is when we canceled the Uber. We're
Yeah,
like,
so-
all right, this will be something.
Because
Let's
like
see what happens.
a big group of people from Canada walked in.
Yeah.
Like seemed like they were all like they worked together. So like there were some upper tier, some lower tier people.
yeah, but like lower tier being blue collar people.
Yeah, it was like blue collar, and then with like managers, like
Yeah.
people that work in the office.
But obviously, if they're going to a gay bar together, they've got to be a fun.
They've
place
got to
to
be
work.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he was wearing
He was wearing a hat that said Gallagher.
And
but he also looked like he looked like them.
he looked like a guy from Shameless, so I
Yeah.
kept calling him Gallagher. And at first he was like, "What?" And I go, "It's your
you're
shirt
wearing-
and hat say
Yeah.
Gallagher." And he goes, "Oh, that's where we work." And I go, "Yeah, your name's Gallagher."
Oh, was that it?
That's
they
where
were
they
the
work.
Gallagher,
Yeah, they worked at
in
Gallagher
Canada.
in Canada.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I was just like, "That's your name.
Yeah.
You're Gallagher." No one else was wearing Gallagher. Fucking
No, but he looked like a country boy.
So we started just hanging out with them,
Fucking around. Yeah, we were all
smoking
drinking.
fucking
Vape pens,
vape nicotine
I think.
pens. I think I don't even know what it was to be
It was
honest.
minty. I knew that.
Some dude was like
The first friend we met.
Yeah, he was
kept-
like he just kept handing it to us, and I was like,
All right.
hey, I was like, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Right, yeah.
That's what, like I feel like so like
Privileged? Yeah.
to be able to be like, oh, take shrooms from a stranger, smoke this guy's pen.
Yeah.
like it's just like Tuesday night, you know, like fucking
it's
fantastic.
just we're making friends. Yeah, and also that nothing bad happened with us. They were all great.
I
to
know,
us.
everything turned out
They
fucking
took care
great.
of
Yeah.
us. Yeah, which is what because I
so I
texted
think that's-
Izzy
I think
about
that's the word
that.
privilege, yeah.
yeah, because I texted her and she's like, "You have to stop doing that." I'm like, It's great every time though.
It's not our fault. Like should just like we just get into these things where it's just like, hey, do you want this?
Well, it's because I make friends with
And
everybody.
you go, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm always like, hey, let's not talk to them.
Right.
And you're like, why? They don't
Free
matter.
drugs.
They don't matter. Like,
I don't say that out loud.
you say it, you turn and whisper it to me when you're talking to them. And I'm like, how do I react? You know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so now we're at this gay bar, and now it's really pumping. Some people are really doing karaoke. I've gotten up to dance a few times with
Jacob's
Gallagher. And
fucking feeling it, dude.
yeah,
I'm feeling it too because I've had a few drinks. But I ordered like these pineapple drinks. I didn't even know what it was, but I was like, hey, can you just make me some with pineapple?
Yeah.
I know they were kind of expensive, and I kept buying them.
you bought all of them.
I know, because at one point I finished my drink. You had barely drank yours, and I was like, hey, I'm thirsty, trying to insinuate, hey, you need to buy the next round.
Oh.
And you just kept going, I'm dancing. Like,
Yeah,
so then I was like, all right, I guess I will buy two more. Here we go. Cash. It's because you were too busy just hanging out, and I was just like drinking and vibing. You know,
I was listening to the music.
It was a fun karaoke night.
'Cause I did.
And it felt like it was a very lit Tuesday night when that group showed up.
I think so too. I think it was that you and me like converged. So
Yeah, and then it became like an actual night.
you mean synchronicity?
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity. All right, so at this point, I'd spilled my drink once.
Yeah,
And
Jacob's a fucking mess because his
you-
arms are flailing.
Because I was on shrooms, which means baby arms.
Oh my god, you had baby arms?
Probably. I don't remember. All right, so
yeah.
do you remember what happened with the first? Was the first spill?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because you told me about this.
Yeah, I told you about.
I know the second spill.
the first spill. So we were at a cool area where it was like.
It was like amphitheater, kind of like a movie theater, but one where you get dinner too.
But like there was like where we were sitting, there was like a small bar area where you could put your drinks in front of you and still look down.
And then the person in front of you is probably like a couple inches from the bar.
But you had a place to say your drinks, and it was like a small little countertop. It was really cool. It was like it's such a cool setup.
kind of like a school, like a big like lecture
a little
hall.
bit, yeah, a little bit, yeah. But it was all one continuous piece. So we were drinking these drinks, and Jacob flared and knocked over his drink, and like fucking ice and juice and everything.
Well,
went,
and also because at the end of this bar there is a wall, so it pools.
yeah, so it doesn't spill over. It pools, and then just like maybe a little bit spilled on the floor in front of
Probably,
him.
yeah.
But
So I was very sticky that morning. Just my legs.
it's because you were a fucking mess.
You had scrapes on you in the morning, though. We don't know what from. You were pretty scraped up.
Oh yeah, I remember, and
Yeah.
my body hurt.
Yeah.
My body
I
hurt.
don't know what happened.
So maybe I was fucked up too.
Yeah, I think you were. Yeah, so I spilled this.
Yeah, did I try climbing something?
Probably.
Probably.
Like a tree.
I like climbing.
I know.
Yeah, so he spilled his drink, and I was like, dude, Jake, you
You
can't.
just bought me it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was like, come on, dude, you can't spill a drink. And he's like, don't worry, I'll clean it up. And he literally swipes it into his cup and then drinks it.
But there's a pause. I look at it.
I think you look at it and then look at me and then drink it. And I go, what are you, like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you're so fucked up right now. Because like, I knew you were doing it to be a joke and
A little bit,
but also you were so fucked up. We were like, whatever, good enough.
And then, well, it was enough of a joke that I did it. I would do it right now if I could, but I wouldn't do it again. Like I wouldn't keep. I was fucked up enough. I was like, all right, yeah, this is my drink.
Yeah,
now.
so then it was his drink and he kept drinking it.
I think I finished that one.
Oh my god, you finished the table drink, which dude, we were in a dark bar. Who knows how dirty that fucking. But also, we took drugs,
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
and we're gonna play some jazz,
Techno jazz, gay club jazz.
gay club techno jazz.
Type that in and then play whatever you find.
Oh, great! So now we're making custom graphics for this now. So we're at the gay bar, and at this point, it's probably 12:30, 1 a.m.
I have no conception of time.
I think the concert got done at around 11.
Yeah, because it was a quick show.
It's a quick show. I get because I remember looking at the time and being like, "Oh, it's only 11."
Yeah, like
let's fucking party, dude.
Right, yeah, where like if it would have been like 1, we would have gone home.
Yeah, we would have gone
Yeah.
and then just fucking tripped in the hotel.
Passed out, yeah.
Because we were up late. We were up late this night.
Yeah, like probably like 4 or 5.
Probably 4 or 5, which is wild. So we were at the gay bar. We kept talking about doing karaoke, and we were like, "Let's do some Beastie
Well,
Boys."
at one point I was like, go sign us up. Because I'm like, I can't get up unless it's for that.
And I was like, so nervous, and you kept going, "These people don't matter, dude. These people don't matter. Let's just do it."
And also our go-to is just fight for your right to party. Very simple.
Great duo.
Don't have to sing well.
Yeah, you can just yell into the microphone. So,
because the thing is, as little as I can sing, I cannot sing when I'm drunk. Like I cannot even.
but that's just a fun song, and like a lot
It's just
of
yelling.
people were singing fun songs where the whole crowd was doing.
Yeah, like we were joining in.
Yeah, so it was
I grabbed a mic at one point and did a little bit. I don't remember what.
It was fun. So I went to go sign us up. I did Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right to Party, and then when it said names, I put the Moist Boys. And the DJ must have thought it was a joke.
Because I remember him saying Moist Boys on air because that's how I found out you did it. And then they never called us up.
Yeah, because the Canada group was using I think Canada Boys or Canada something as their name. So after a song, so I submitted it and then a song played and then the DJ went, "Is the Moist Boys the Canada Boys?" And then I like freaked out because he said Moist Boys. So he must have just thought that it was like.
Yeah. And maybe we just like, he thought that it was confirmed and just kept going.
And then just like skipped it because they had performed a ton.
Right. Yeah, maybe.
And then because we never performed, we never got.
They never called up.
They never
the name
called
of the
up.
song.
Yeah, they never brought us up. And other people, I'd watch sign up and then get called up. And I was like, God damn it. Like I was like, I like talked myself up to do it and then didn't get to do
You're
it.
so ready.
And I was like, fuck, dude. And I was like, had 3 fucking pineapple drinks.
Yeah, you were ready to go and kept hitting that thing.
Yeah, so I kept buying drinks for Jacob. So at this point, I submitted a song and then I went to go buy another round because I was the only one drinking them.
I was trying to.
But I was bringing 2 every time because I was like, hey, let's keep the party going. You know, I was feeling good. I was feeling happy.
Right.
So I bring over 2 fresh pineapple drinks in plastic cups filled to the brim. Even I think at this point I'm a little bit spilling as I'm walking.
Sure.
Like, that's how full they are.
Yeah.
And so I just sat down right next to you, handed you your drink, and I just freaking take a sip of mine and just at this point. We were in like regular chairs, but at this point, I think I put my feet on the wall and was like pushing back and leaning.
Okay.
And I was like, just vibing and like singing out, like Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
Like, doing all that stuff. And Jacob got freaking aggressive again. Is that the right word? Probably.
I don't know how I spilled this one. I don't know if I dropped it or I
No,
think
you flailed your arm.
Oh, I flailed again.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Like literally your arm.
Just went.
You went like that. And what did you do? Do you remember?
I splashed it. Oh, it tipped over. And it didn't go like over the thing or all, but some of it shot a little over the wall onto this lady's back.
Oh, I thought the whole drink went down her back.
No, like the cup didn't like fall over it. No, like we still had the cup.
There was not much liquid on the counter. I think the whole drink went down her back.
I think
dude.
some of a drink hit her in the back. I might have finished that drink too. Who knows?
No, I think your whole back was drenched because she was like, she turned around and she was like dressed up like fancy.
To be fair, she was mean to me earlier while I was dancing with a guy. Like, we were like,
Yeah, she
singing.
stole a mic from you.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't her song. It was a song with an open mic, and he was like having other people sing stuff. So I went up and did some of it, and then she took it from me.
Yeah, and
I was like, I'll remember that. And then I accidentally flailed on her later.
Yeah, spilled an entire drink on her back, and then what did you do?
Just turned towards you, picked up my other drink, and I was like, "Hey, bud." I was like,
Oh, you ignored her, but then she confronted.
Not really.
You
though.
talked to her. We talked to her, and
I think it was a lot of like,
no, dude, you even told me you did this. You go, I gaslighted her.
Oh yeah, I was very much like oh, did I spill? Oh, I'm sorry. Like I was very
acting like you did it, even though you just dumped an entire drink on her back.
I definitely like brought it down.
And I kept going, I just bought that for him. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Like,
and I was just like, oh, because I remember having another drink. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Someone says but where I had a drink,
but it was
So
a
it's like,
full drink down her back. A full fucking.
neither of us know that for sure.
No, dude, the way she was acting, and then
And like she like talked to her boyfriend, and he didn't care.
he was like, "Can you shut up?"
Because she was drunk too, so like she probably overreacted. And I was trying to underreact.
But then our friend earlier that had the pen, he sits,
Our friend, not hers. Yeah.
that had the
Because
pen.
I think he like kind of worked there or was known there.
I don't know exactly, but he sits down in front of us next to them, and she's explaining the story to him. Like she's super pissed off and mad at us.
And he's emotionless.
Yeah, he's
looking
emotionless.
at her.
He's looking at her, just like, oh yeah, cool story. And as he's making eye contact with her, he reaches into his pocket, pulls out his pen, and reaches over and hands it to me.
No, he hands it to me.
No, he hands it to me because
Oh,
he's
does
sitting
he?
in front of me, and then I hand it to you.
Oh, I thought it was across. Okay.
No, he was sitting in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't even look at me.
No.
He's looking at her, listening, telling her, and she's like showing him her back.
And then she watches the hand move.
yeah. And then I'm just like, I hit it, give it to you.
Yeah.
You hit it.
And I hand
hit
it back to him, and he just puts it right back. So obviously we're cool. with each other.
He's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. He's like,
Because then he came back up and sit by us, and also like the Galler guy was fucking around with
Dude, it
us.
was
We
just-
all got up to dance at one
Dude,
point.
it was just so fun, and I was just
I
like,
took a lot of photos with them that I'll show.
yeah, there's a lot of photos of where we're both fucking drunk.
Smile.
I remember at one point I like went to go. I pulled out my phone and I was like, "Oh, the camera's up," and I was like, "I wonder what this would like." In my mind, I was like, "I wonder what a selfie would be." Right? Like I was like in that like process mind.
Because I just kept taking selfies with everybody. Should have taken a selfie with her.
But then we it was getting close to bar close, and we were like,
we were like, they're not calling us. I think this is the moment when they called somebody who for sure just signed up.
Because we wanted to sing, and then we're like, okay,
all right, yeah.
So then we ordered an Uber,
said goodbye to our friends,
went freaking back to the hotel. I remember we stayed up in the hotel. I think we
put on Seinfeld. I remember.
That was at the end of the night.
I turned on the channel. Yeah, that was just on Seinfeld.
But we talked for a while, and we even drank some more.
Yeah, just the beers, I think.
No.
Oh no, did we do more shots?
Yeah.
Oh god. So I think we went through our vinyls again.
I remember. Yeah, we went through our vinyls that we got. And I remember we were both kind of lounging on our separate beds, like laying down but still talking and up.
Yeah.
And then I get up because I had this weird like energy. Because I remember one point I just sloshed back and forth.
Okay.
Like you know how you sit on the side of a bed?
Yeah.
So I was sitting on the side of the bed and I just remember at one point I sloshed like I literally all the way down, left and right, like 4 or 5 times. I had this weird like energy in me.
I mean, you weren't on
mushrooms. Yeah. And I was like, this feels good. As you're like talking. But I remember like getting up and pouring a little splash of Jim Beam for both of us, and we did a shot, and we were both like
nightcap.
And we were like, nope. We were like, bad idea. But we did it. And then sipped on some beer. And then we just eventually passed out watching Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And then I woke up the next morning going like, whoa.
I woke up like 5 hours later, I feel
like,
though.
Because we went to bed at like 4 or
and
5.
I was up at 9, and I let you sleep till like 10:30, and then I started, because what I do with you is when I'm in the same room as you, because I generally wake up before you, I'll just slowly increase the volume on my phone.
Oh,
so just like room noise starts to like, maybe if I see you wake up a little bit, then I'll turn it down just so like you can wake up more naturally.
I think I noticed when you started moving around.
Sure.
Like when you went to go pee or something. Then I was I was awake, but I was like still like laying there, and I was like, I don't know if I want to, like, maybe I can fall back asleep.
Right.
But then I was like, I think he's up.
Well, it was like probably like 10:15, 10:30, where it was like, all right, we should get out of here.
We should probably get up because it's like we wanted to explore Kansas City.
Well, also 11 is checkout.
Yeah, it's checkout, which is like, I was like, holy fuck. But also we went to bed fucking late.
Yeah.
I was like, so I was a little groggy the next day, you know.
Yeah. And that
drank a lot and
driving. Oh, Kansas City. I hated driving in that city.
Yeah, it is very confusing.
It went from highway to surface street, just over and over.
And it was very weird.
And also, like, the thing was like we were like coming down off shit, so like my vision just felt weird. I felt
very weird the entire
time. When you're looking around, it's like a little dissociative.
Yeah, a little bit.
It feels like a screen you're looking at.
It literally felt. Yeah, it felt like I was like that day, especially on the drive back. It felt like I was like kind of still tripping, but not really. Again, kind of felt like I wasn't awake, but like it felt like I was dreaming. Everything felt like a dream.
It could feel like you could wake up at any moment.
It was very weird. But we were like, hey, I know we're not feeling like doing much because we had big plans to like go rock climbing. We did not do that.
But at the previous record store, because I am currently on the hunt, or I have always been on the hunt for this 1 7-inch called High Voltage. It's a split with Bouncing Souls and the Menzingers.
Yeah, which is and it's a cool 7-inch. Yeah,
and it's it's the only thing that the Shakes is on. It's a great outlet. So anytime I go to a record store, I search for it, and if they don't have it, I'll ask. And so when I asked here, the awesome lady at the record store,
very cool lady.
She gave us 2 places to look for.
Yeah, so
then we chose the top one, which is a coffee shop.
Yeah, Sister Anne's. Store.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Sister Anne's, I think. It's a coffee record store, which is like, the concept sounded great because I was like, I need fucking caffeine.
But also to me, that meant like, okay, so it's going to have like a row of records and be a coffee shop. No, it had like
it was
6 rows of records.
It was a record shop that served coffee.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome. Dude, I remember when I was browsing, when I was browsing there, I'd be like, this would be dangerous to live nearby here. Yeah. Because I was like,
I would go every morning, and I would every morning buy 1 record, which that would be $20 for a coffee and a record every day.
Oh my god!
Listen to it as you drink your coffee. Like if you lived like in that neighborhood, that'd be incredible.
So fucking, because they have a lot of their selection was punk too.
Yes,
it was a lot of
the guys behind the counter were playing punk. They were knowledgeable of punk.
They were so cool.
I had great talks with both of them.
When I ordered a coffee before I started searching, and he was like, "Hey, you gonna look up some records?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, well, we'll settle afterwards."
Yeah.
So he literally just gave me a coffee so I can drink my coffee while browsing and then pay.
You could have wandered and then
And then
just
I mean, it was a
left.
small place,
But still, like, also, it's not ridiculous that you could have forgotten and just
then
left.
just left.
You're
Yeah,
like,
if I
"Ah,
didn't buy-
I didn't find what I was looking for.
But I did buy a ton of records.
Yeah.
But I was also like, trying to like wake up and like feeling weird. But also like, I was like, this place is so badass.
Mm-hmm.
They had so many cool fucking things, and I got a lot of sweet records and a lot of. I remember like on this trip, we were talking about getting like the whole alphabet for vinyls.
Yeah, we've been after that forever.
So like I was searching after a few letters of like artists that I didn't have under that alphabet.
Yeah.
Like I think I got like an Iron Maiden record because I didn't have an I.
Yeah, you were missing weird. Cause I and then something else you were missing.
Dude,
that was weird.
I think I was missing S. But,
Yeah.
but I don't think I think Discogs put my S under various because I have Sound City, which is a
Sure.
but
but that's Foo Fighters, isn't it?
no, it's a various artists.
Oh, okay.
And it's also like a soundtrack, but
Sure.
I put it under S
Well,
for
same
Sound
with
City.
like if you have Scott Pilgrim, that would be under various.
Yeah, it's under
on there,
various
yeah.
artists too. But so I bought Scott Pilgrim because I didn't think of it. And then when I got home, I was like, God damn it.
But you got good albums.
Yeah, I got good albums.
Yeah.
Dude, it was just so fucking cool sipping on a coffee. Dude, that is so I would, if you're ever in Kansas City, Sister Ann's, if you like coffee and records.
That's my number one
and
suggestion.
then the other one that we've been to twice is Vinyl Underground.
Or Seventh Heaven.
Seventh Heaven. I think Seventh
Heaven.
Heaven is like the ownership, and then
Yeah.
it's like within there.
But yeah, Sister, I will go back there every time because also the
well, now
guys
I'm
were
curious
great.
about the third place. You know what I mean? She
I have
recommended.
I have it written in my
She
car.
now I'm like, man, Kansas
Something with
City,
a J.
Kansas City has so much fucking cool shit to offer, but I just love that whole coffee experience because it was like real coffee. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a Keurig. It was like a real somebody was making coffee and then
Yeah.
someone was doing records. Like
Yeah,
it was like
choosing what to spend. Yeah,
It was just, and they were just so knowledgeable about shit. Like when you were checking out, he was like talking to you about, wasn't he like
Paul Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like it was just so fucking cool, dude. Mm-hmm.
because he gave me a discount because he liked my choice.
Well, he gave
Yeah.
he gave me a little discount too because I bought fucking 6 vinyls.
Right, yeah.
And he was like, hey, I'll
Knocks them off,
knocks
yeah.
them off, and I was like, hell yeah, dude, supporting small business.
Yeah.
and then also fucking adding to my record collection.
Win-win.
Dude. It was.
And like
was
the records
such a-
weren't crazy priced either, which is nice.
No,
when they're
20,
between 15 to
25.
30.
Yeah. I mean, some of them, 28, 27. I think
15 to 30, I think, is normal.
maybe I bought one that was 40. I think.
I think so
can't
too, yeah.
remember. I can't remember what it was because I bought a lot. But dude, it was an incredible fucking. And then what's wild is on the drive back. I mean, the drive back fucking sucked.
Yeah.
The drive back was terrible.
It was long too,
Dude, it just didn't end. Because it was a straight shot, which we were saying earlier, but like it just
which was great on the way there because we were
excited,
having fun.
We
Like,
went
yeah.
to the toy store.
Oh yeah, we did go to a toy store on the way there. A billboard worked on us. We didn't buy anything.
Yeah,
it
I
was a cool
forgot
toy
about this.
store.
Yeah, we went to a toy store
A lot of retro shit.
in Kansas City. We saw it on a billboard, and we were like, "Hey, let's go to that because of the billboard."
Yeah.
and that's a cool thing to like do.
Because that's what they think. Because I feel like that rarely works, but that's why they do it for
And
the few times
like,
it does.
Yeah, nobody was there,
Yeah.
and it was
Cool
just
toy
it was
store.
very cool, like retro toys,
Like something you'd find at a Comic-Con of toys.
Yeah,
and
they
comics.
definitely. It looks like they sell at conventions
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But it was like we were there for probably 30 minutes,
Just wandering.
being like,
I
"Dude,
always
this
feel
is
bad when
cool."
I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to buy anything, but
I was interested to buy something because I was on vacation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I went heavy on vinyl.
right.
But then I just didn't find anything that I like. Everything was cool, but I didn't
Yes.
find anything that I like needed.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to records, I'm like, this would be cool. And then I'm just like $20.
I also love. I will buy records just be off of look. I'll like do like when I'm on trips. Usually I'll do like one.
Yeah.
I don't think I did any this time.
I bought a few that I didn't know. Like I bought an Operation Ivy album,
right, but that's a great album.
which I didn't. But I don't know Operation Ivy.
Yeah.
I knew they're punk, dude. Fantastic
Yeah.
album, dude.
If
What's
you
cool,
like Rancid, you'll like that.
they're very punk, but then also a lot of their songs are ska,
Mm-hmm.
dude. And it was like I was putting it on. I listened to a lot of my records that I got while I was playing Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
So like the vibe kept changing.
Sure.
But like when that came on, I was like, holy fuck.
It's fun.
This is
No,
badass.
that's an
dude.
album I'm after. I think I bought that for like an ex-girlfriend once.
Dude, I'm so jealous of one of the finals you got.
Yeah, so I think my hardest to find was what's 21 Pilots Regional at Best. Or
Yeah.
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 Which is an export only.
and it's it's their album before Vessel.
So a lot of the songs that are on Vessel are also on this, and they're not as good in the demo version. But there are tracks that only exist on this album.
There are tracks that are only available on this album. Like one of my favorite 21 Pilots song ever is Kitchen Sink.
And then also Forest is on it.
Oh,
and
Forest
both
is
are fantastic.
yeah,
Those are the two big ones.
And
you
this album is not even. This album's not even on streaming.
No, you can only find it on YouTube. People have uploaded all the songs from it.
Yeah, dude. It's like a very hard to find album.
Yeah.
And it's just like man, it's when you.
Because I found out, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I immediately was like, hey, you want to know something that's going to piss you off?
Yeah, and I was like, God damn it, is there another one? You go, nope.
Yep. Because there is a beauty to knowing what you're both after and finding it first. I've been like,
Well, it's 'cause in records-
because you got one that I wanted to. I can't remember what.
Oh, really? Did I?
If you tell me your list,
I'm trying to remember. Let me pull up my Discog. So I'll tell you guys what I got. We'll go through them pretty quickly. But I think I got 11 records. So I got the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack,
Right.
which was incredible, which you already had.
Yes, because I warned you, hey, the best song's not on it.
Yeah, Bass
the fucking bass battle isn't on the vinyl.
Which doesn't make sense to
No,
me.
it's a song on like the description.
But then I got Queens of the Stone Age Villains,
Right.
which is their most recent album, which was crazy because I got this and then the next day, guess what? Queens of the Stone Age put out a single and announced a new album.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the single's fucking badass.
I'll try it out. I'm not a fan.
And then I got Sonic Youth Daydream Nation.
That's a good one.
Dude, which is this album, if you're a fan of Sonic Youth, it's not a typical Sonic Youth album. Like it's like a weird Sonic Youth, but it's a really good album. I think this album is in like Billboard's top 500.
Oh shit!
Like this
okay.
is like a big album. Then I got Electric Light Orchestra Discovery.
I'm jealous of that now because we were like, yeah, you've heard of it, and then you're like,
and this album was $12. I remember
and
that.
then
It
you're
was
like,
super cheap.
yeah, let's listen to the first song. It was incredible,
Dude, incredible. And then
I
the
need
way
to add them to my.
and then the way the
playlist.
album ends is their big song.
Which one is on that one?
fuck, I
It's not Mr. Blue Sky. It's the other
It's
one.
the other big
Yeah.
song that when we played it, we were like, oh, we know this.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
What's their name again?
Well, I'm pulling it up. So
Okay.
it ends with "Don't Bring Me Down."
Right.
Yeah, that's how the record.
Bruce.
That's how the record fucking ends, dude. So that's awesome. And then I got because we were on a punk kick, you know.
Yep.
Sex Pistols.
Right.
You know, never
Anarchy
mind
in the UK. Yeah, never mind the bollocks.
Never mind the box. And then I got Because the Internet, Childish Gambino.
Right.
Which a lot of these you already had, but I didn't.
Yeah, because I
These are
told you
shared artists.
I told you to buy the Sex Pistol ones. Yeah.
Operation Ivy, Energy.
Yep, great
Fucking
one.
fantastic album. Then I bought Led Zeppelin 1. Led Zeppelin, and that starts with Good Times, Bad Times, which is
Yeah.
like, I bought that and then Jack Black played it and I was like, holy
Oh,
shit,
shit.
full circle. Then I bought
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity. Then I bought Green Day, American Idiot.
Yeah.
And dude, I listened to
That was when I was jealous after I realized like, oh shit, all the best songs are on that
Dude.
one. That and Dookie. I mean, are just perfect.
well, I already had Dookie.
Right.
But American Idiot, I knew it was good, but listening to it in record form, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Because like it just keeps going.
Homecoming
just, like,
is just
dude,
incredible.
and then the last one I bought because this is the order I listened to him in.
Yeah.
Is Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast, which shocked me that it wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be.
Sure.
Which we talked about that earlier.
I mean,
like
the song Number of the Beast, incredible.
yeah, I mean, it was a good album, but I expected it to be because I don't know much about Iron Maiden, but I
Sure.
just assume they're heavier.
Because you know
it's
their big songs like Trooper and Run to the Hills.
but even those songs aren't even that heavy. It's just like
they're fast and he goes
they
vocally.
just put on this. It was heavy for the time.
Yes.
And now that I know what heavy music is, it's not. Dude, it was just, it's so cool that like when I got home, I had a stack of records that I worked my way through.
Yeah, because I'm
And
currently working through mine.
Dude, it was just, it's so awesome. I spent a little too much on records.
Sure.
But I hadn't bought an album in a long time. And getting albums in that fashion is
Yeah.
so much better than.
Which we had also talked about, like, hey, I miss doing this.
Yeah.
And we did this last time we were in Kansas City.
Dude, at Vinyl Underground, we were there for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
At the coffee shop, we were there for probably an hour. Like
Yeah.
it's literally just like you literally are just browsing. Like I had a few things that I was kind of searching for, but not really.
Right, because you put a few things back the first time, too.
Yeah, because I get excited and I go, okay, and then I go, maybe I can't buy all these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then I put a few back. I don't even remember what I had, to be honest.
You had that one funk album that you put back.
Oh yeah, I picked up a random funk album just because of the cover.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I already have
and that
6
one's
others.
also 30.
Yeah, and then I was like, fuck, because I think I spent like $175 the first night.
All right, because I've only kept track of 2 of my albums so far that I've collected.
Yeah.
21 Pilots Regional at best.
Which is so jealous.
Haven't listened to it yet, but I mean, I know it's great. Then I also got the only one I marked down. It's called Circus in Town.
Dude, this is a wild record.
It's a terrifying.
Have you listened to it yet?
No. We can do it right after
let's
this.
put it on
yeah.
it, dude. Let's put it on it and we'll put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Just a little clip of it.
So check out that. I think it's just circus music, but we'll put the cover on it too because it's a clown and just this boy, and the boy should be terrified.
You bought it because of how it looks.
Also, I thought a circus album. So they had a few circus albums, and this was my favorite cover.
Dude, doesn't it like opens up like
It's a
it opens up
weird
like a cool
thing,
way,
yeah.
and then also on the back it shows like all the different circus stuff, like trapeze,
Yeah.
monkeys, like
And for those of you who don't know, I'm a freak show performer, so I do love that
he
kind
loves
of shit.
the whole circus thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I almost bought you something yesterday when I was in Iowa City.
Yeah?
I was at the antique shop.
Right.
If it would have done anything, I would have bought it.
Sure.
But it was literally just like this cool thing that said circus and had a circus face on it.
Sure.
And I was like, if it would have done if it would have done anything,
Sure, like-
I would have bought it.
yeah, like lit up or
but
something.
it literally just was that.
It was that, yeah.
But I was like, cool.
Yeah.
But then it was
remember
also
it.
$45.
Right,
You know,
yeah. Antique stuff.
and it doesn't do anything.
Right.
Like if it like had it, I don't know, even if it had like a little switch and like something changed,
Yeah.
in it, like just something stupid. But
All right, so now I have to remember all the other albums I got. So what we've listened to today, I got Best of Blondie.
Best of Blondie, which dude,
Incredible.
Now, what's so cool that we both lived together and we both shared our vinyl collection, and now we have separate vinyl collections. So now I'm like, dude, I want that record,
Right.
And now I'm like, I want that record,
Yeah.
Like it's like now I want Best of Blondie because
Well,
we
it's
listen to it and it's just like it's the
perfect.
bangers,
Yeah.
But we also talked about on this trip like. It's weird getting best ofs, you know, for artists.
I'm
But I think
generally
it's-
against it.
But I think it's a good way to get into, like, to be like,
Yeah. So
like,
like,
I have a best of ZZ Top, and I think that's the best way to experience ZZ Top.
Probably,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Because I don't think any of their albums are great front to back.
or
I'm sure they're.
or they're just not my music front to back.
I like
but
ZZ Top,
I like
but
the
the-
hits.
yeah, the best of, yeah.
Where like Blondie, I would also buy the albums that
Yeah.
contain those great
but the
songs.
best of Blondie, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Recently I've been on a huge Beastie Boys kick.
Yes.
And then immediately Hello Nasty was right there. I was so pumped.
Yeah, that was the first one you found, and you're
Yeah,
like,
'cause-
and I even talked to the guy. I was like, dude, he's on a Beastie Boys kick.
Yeah,
right
and I'm
now.
like, that's
because you
and-
got so giddy.
and that's my favorite album right now. See, what else did I get?
Oh, you got that weird album where we talked about at the top of the show,
Death Grips,
Death
yep.
Grips, which is
And
a weird fucking band.
It's so cool.
But
Look
the
up Death Grips.
The cover's fucking wild.
Yeah. Alright,
You
so-
also got. I'm trying to remember what else you got.
Yeah,
'cause-
you have to cut between these. The album that I've been hunting for, not even hunting for, but it was an album I knew I wanted. $5, Trooper.
Oh yes,
Yeah, Thick as Thieves, Trooper. It's a late 70s album.
dude, great.
Perfect front to back.
At first, I was like, I don't even know what this is because when you say Trooper, I think Iron Maiden.
Right, yeah, but
But
no.
then no, dude.
That's the
we
band's
listened to
name
it
is Trooper.
We listened to this before we sat down to record. So good.
So good. Oh, I got Black Sabbath.
Paranoid,
Yeah.
dude, which is a record that I
oh my
recommended.
God. Yeah. I mean,
Dude, it's not only is it filled with
hits.
their hits,
Their
but
biggest hits.
even the fucking songs in between are incredible.
I mean, just paying attention to any member of that band and the pure talent they have. Amazing.
the tone of dude. How does an album start off with so many fucking
It
hits?
starts with War Pigs.
and then goes into fucking
Paranoid, yeah.
Like and then Iron Man is on the album.
yeah, I
and it's just
forgot
like-
about that. And then
it's-
that hits, and you're just like, oh,
You're just like, what a fucking album!
just front.
Because I got that Paranoid a while ago because I was part of like a vinyl club, and
Yeah.
my Paranoid is a purple vinyl,
I know.
and it's fucking sick, dude. But that record's so good.
Yeah. See, I did get Best of Jim Croce.
Yes.
I have one of his
Yeah,
albums.
that was another one where you picked up and I go, what?
No, Jim Croce is so fucking good.
I'm sure the best
Don't mess
of-
with Leroy Brown.
I'm sure the best of it was good.
or Bad Leroy, and then Don't Mess with Jim. Car Wash Blues. I Got a Name. It's so fucking good. And then I found a Paul Williams album.
Yeah, so he's
And I
into
geeked-
weird stuff.
I
dude.
geeked out. Paul Williams, I discovered him by watching The Muppet Show from like the early
and then
70s.
you geeked out with the record store guy.
Yeah, because he was also in the Phantom of the. Oh, it's like not discotheque. It's something where it's like, it's a weird spin off of Phantom of the Opera, but it's awesome. It's a weird fucking
Holy fuck.
70s music. He wrote the music. He's in it. Paul Williams. He's been in other stuff that you might recognize because
I
he's
probably
still
recognize,
around,
yeah.
but he's a tiny little fucker and he's awesome.
He's a tiny little fucker.
Yeah. All right. Other albums I got. Oh, 2001: A Space Odyssey soundtrack.
Part 2.
Yeah, which has the Space Baby as the cover. It's Izzy's favorite movie right now. So I also
Weird. I've never seen it, so
I knew it would be a great soundtrack.
I'm sure it's probably
And
like
Stanley Kubrick,
and it's like
has a space
orchestra,
age, yeah.
right? Yeah, dude. What's wild, and we talked about this when we were in Kansas City, is I love music and I love collecting music, but my music taste isn't. I would say it's kind of generic.
Sure.
Obviously, like I have a lot of like classics and like I like big artists, but like
You're not
when
looking for anything weird.
But like when you look for weird stuff, I feel like this happened at both record shops. You talk to the people that are working because they know so much about music,
Yes.
about just like this weird niche shit about like an artist, and I'm like,
But also, like-
but I love music, and I'm like, man, I wish I knew that about.
start borrowing records.
Well, I think that's what I need to do is just start buying records randomly.
Well, I knew a lot of these artists that I've like fallen in love with.
Yeah.
I've fallen in love with them through like my first Jim Croce album, my grandma gave me.
Well, I've been trying to get into punk music.
Sure.
And I've been, stepping my toe into that. I texted you, I was listening to NoFX
Mm-hmm.
and like, because like you're way into punk.
Well, like no effects, yeah, I can give you fun facts
But
about
it's like, yeah, I've been trying to get, and I have been getting into that. So that's kind of fun. That's a new thing.
Yeah.
And I've been getting into folk punk and all that stuff because
Yeah.
of you. So it's just fun because I love music and there's so much music, it's wild.
And
Dude,
just because I like lately I've been really appreciating the 70s.
which is awesome because like that's the music that I grew up in.
Where I grew up on 80s.
Yeah.
Where I still love it. But like I now understand like, 70s is probably the best 10 years of music to ever happen.
It's just such feel good. Why does every 70s fucking record sound like summertime?
you just want to drive.
It just
to
sounds
yeah.
like summertime.
Yep.
It just sounds like fucking happiness. I think it's just the tone, like that clean fucking tone. I think.
Oh, I finally bought Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Yes, I've had Rumors for a while, which is a classic album.
It's one I always wanted, and this one was on sale. I'm like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you might as well get it. And we were Fleetwood Mac.
Great.
Great.
I mean, Rumors is a perfect album.
It's their fucking
yeah.
masterpiece.
A huge one I was so excited to get. The Buggles.
Oh yeah.
Plastic Age. Video Killed the Radio Star. One of my
Yes.
favorite songs written of all time.
I
play
I
that-
only know Video Killed the
So
Radio
it's
Star.
the first 3 songs, I think. I think Kid Dynamo is the third song. Incredible. A Plastic Age, the titular song, and it's how the album starts. It's so fucking good, and it's so fun. And then so this was my first time listening to it from front to back. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would.
Oh, even
The B-side,
even some of the songs you
awesome.
don't
Yeah.
know. Isn't it wild that like? I mean, it makes sense because they did call them B-sides, but how front heavy albums are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where it's just like they put all and then it's just the B-sides.
Well, then a lot of times they end it with a really good song
yeah, and it's just like
to keep you playing it.
that's wild. But then also you go, I really like this B-side. I really like this. Like
Yeah, it's a good way to know a full album.
yeah, and I think that's why we love records. Is like it's the way the artist put the songs in order.
It's
like
why
they
on
didn't order 'em-
Spotify, if I'm in the mood, I'll just add albums to the queue
Yeah.
instead of songs.
Yeah, it's the way music was meant to be listened to, and just the whole experience and the flip, and like I just love vinyl. But dude, literally just 25, like literally just one day, 24 hours in
Yep.
Kansas City was one of like the best fucking trips
Just
I've had.
perfect.
One of the best fucking trips I've had in such a long time.
and we spent half of it hungover.
yeah, exactly. Which was so, but it was like still so like it's just like.
One last thing that happened is we started a fight between 2 waiters at our restaurant. Well, we were so
Oh, yes.
we were so hungover, I just wanted like chicken strips, and you just got like a basic sandwich.
I just got it because
And
we
then
were
the
trying
wait-
to get food before we left.
and just a lot
town.
of water, and then the waiters got in a fight over us, and we were just not we weren't saying a
And
goddamn
they were both
thing.
like talking to us about like the other waiter, and I was like, "What is happening
just
right now?"
I just
And
want my chicken strips
and it was
water
fucking noon on a Wednesday
at like a sports bar.
Yeah, we
restaurant.
were just like we literally just parked in Kansas City by the Uptown because we were like, hey, it's probably in an area, and then just
We can walk
walked
to some-
We just literally walked, and we were like, let's go there.
Yeah,
like, we didn't
until we found something
I don't
that
even-
seemed good enough.
It was like rail car or something like that,
Something like that, yeah.
sidecar or something like that.
and
But
we just wanted water.
I just wanted to, dude. And my first water I just chugged because
Yeah.
I was so fucking dehydrated and hungover.
and then they got in an
And I couldn't
argument.
even finish my food. Like, I was like, I ate some of it, and I was like, "It's too much
Yeah.
bread." Like I was like, "It was a triple decker
I
with
know,
toast.
that was
and it's
ridiculous.
Too much bread." But then, yeah, they kept fighting, and like, dude, I was like, "What is going on?" Because the restaurant was empty.
Yep.
Like,
and like you could hear him backstage, and then one would come out and be like, "Do you think I embarrassed him?" And we're like, I don't know.
I don't know, sweetie. Like it was. I feel like we don't. What's wild is we don't ever go out looking for things. Shit just
afterwards I do.
No, but like I feel like we experience so much shit together. Just like
people just saying wild shit to us,
and we're just like, what? Do we just have like welcoming faces?
We don't though.
No, we don't. Especially the next day when we're hungover, we're probably look like shit.
Yeah, your beard's like all bushy and my mustache is deflated and we just look like shit.
Yeah, I'm just have bags in my eyes and I'm just like, can I get water?
It's just something easy.
Just definitely not. But that was our freaking Kansas City trip. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it was a little bit of a longer episode. I mean, not even. We've had way longer.
And then check out our next episode where we will be reviewing fucking the next Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, that is our next episode.
It will be a spoiler-full thing. Sorry for those of you who don't like the series. This will be our main episode probably, I'd assume, for the week.
Oh, really?
Or you want to do a side episode for it?
What do you mean?
Like every Fast
and Furious has been a side extra.
Okay, cool. Then we can do that. Never mind.
Well, but this will be our next.
Right, yeah.
Because we'll put this out immediately.
Oh, shit. You're going to put it back to back. All right, cool.
Well,
Two's Fast, yeah.
Friday and Monday.
All right, let's do it.
Well, actually,
get excited for
by
that.
the time this comes out, Fast and Furious will already be out. This is coming out after that review.
Right, a few days, yeah.
This is next Monday's episode.
Oh, shit, right.
Yeah.
So
this is the follow-up.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed our Fast X.
Hopefully, what's wild is I hopefully we liked it.
Well, I doubt we did, though.
No, I think we did. Seeing it in theaters?
Yeah, that will be fun.
Dude, I almost went to the movie theater yesterday.
For what?
I was just on my way home from Iowa City, and I was like, I'm in the mood to go to the theater. Like, I just wanted to like go to a theater.
Then you should have.
I was going to go see the Mario movie by myself.
Sure.
But like, as I was coming through Altoona, the movie didn't start for another hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, But then, but I had that impulse thought of like, I can just do things by myself.
Next time you feel that, you should.
Yeah.
Because that's what I really like doing.
And then I was like, I just want like a big soda and some candy and just pop my feet up and just like get away for a little bit.
Yeah, just
enjoy
in.
it just by myself. I think I'm slowly evolving into be like, oh, I can do things by myself.
It's good. That's a very
I think it's a good
way
thing.
to be.
I think it's a good thing to be. We'll talk more about that later because we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Make sure you
Email
follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Moist Monday Podcast and email us.
moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
Rate us 5 stars. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We did Cindy sent us a fucking email.
Thank you. That made my fucking day.
Holy shit, dude. Thank you. Really freaking appreciate that.
You made our Monday so great. I'm happy I can help with yours.
Dude, you don't understand
how excited
we get when we get an email.
Emails about fucking anything.
Fuck. And just reading everything that you sent us. I know we're just talking to one person right now, but if you're thinking about sending an email, you should probably do it because that would make us excited.
moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
Dude, thank you so much for sending us an email. Thank you so much for being a fan. Thank you very much for being a supporter.
Keep it moist out there.
Yeah, keep it freaking moist out there. We love you all. And guess what? I love you.
Love you too, bud. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy freaking Moist Monday.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.